Hello and welcome back to another episode of Craven Some Raven. I'm back and I am live coming to you from, I guess not live, but coming to you from Hercules, California, which is just outside of Oakland, doing the old Thanksgiving thing. So it is Thanksgiving right now. The Lions and Bears game, oh my, is going on right now. But I wanted to get out my picks. Just letting you know I'm picking the Lions. I know they are up right now, but yeah, if you've listened to this episode before when I do my game picks, you know I am not high on the Bears. It's one of my commandments. Do not pick the Bears. Don't do it. They're too untrustworthy. Mitchell, not Trubisky. So, yeah, let's just start breaking down these games. We got a great slate of games. Honestly, so far this year, this is my most favorite slate of games. You know, when it comes to not just the Ravens game, right? Where it's like 1 and 2, and in most people's power rankings, anybody who's smart, their power rankings, they have the Niners and the Ravens, 1 and 2. You know how they have them. You know that just depends on the different person. But like that's your morning game. We got some good games this Thanksgiving. You got Bears Lions now. The Saints and the Cowboys are the best teams playing. But I mean, the Bills Cowboys, that could be a close one. But like I said, the morning slate on Sunday, I think Ravens 49ers, that's going to be the bell of the ball. But even the Titans Colts, they're both 6-5, vying for that AFC South. Both teams, we're going to see who's going to want to win it more. And we'll break down that. But then the afternoon games, I wanted the Ravens for sure to be the team to get moved out. I know they did move some games. They did flex some games for this week, but I'm not sure which ones. But the Ravens 49ers definitely should have been one of those, right? Because that is the premier matchup. But I mean, you got Monday night Vikings Seahawks. I don't think they change Monday night. But I mean, Sunday night Patriots Texans. They're not going to change that. They're not going to take the Patriots off. At 4 p.m. Raiders Chiefs. Good divisional matchup. Chargers Broncos. So I guess the AFC West is just taking over the 4 o'clock time slate. The Rams Cardinals. Meh. But we'll break down each and every single one of these games. Looking back a little bit at last week. I went 7-7, right? Not great. The Raiders really fucked me. The Redskins. I mean, I started believing in the Raiders, and then the Jets come out and demolish them. Like, what even are the Jets? Like, am I supposed to think now that the Jets are good? Because they beat the Cowboys, right? Cowboys and Raiders, and it's like, what is going on? Any given Sunday, it seems like that's what the Jets are. The Jets, Raiders, and Cowboys. Any given Sunday. I think more so the Jets, because the Jets can punch up to their competition, but they can also look like a pretty trash team. So it's going to be tough picking those games this week. And I mean, the Redskins coming out of nowhere, Dwayne Haskins missing the final snap while taking selfies. Idiot. So we know how he handles success. Can't quite do his full job. He gets a little bit of success, so that'll definitely be reflected in the picks this week. Colts Texans, that was a close one. Like I said, I was rooting for the Texans, but I picked the Colts. Texans came through on that one. Let's see. Bears won a freaking game. Okay, that's cool. Betting on the Broncos, not a good plan. Bills won that one. One of my commandments was don't pick the Falcons, and I went ahead and went against my advice. Anytime I go against my own advice, I go against what I've said. That's when I make these wrong picks. That there's a life lesson in there, and I should really stick to it. Stick to your guns, stick to your gut, stick to how you want to do things. Stick to your rules, because they're right. They're your rules for a reason, right? So I need to do that. I need to do better at that. Listen to myself more, other than just overthinking things. That's when you make mistakes. I only went 7-7, not the best, but breaking even. That's possibly a playoff spot, right? You say 8-8. If your division's trash, you'll need a little bit of help, but 8-8, that might be good enough to make the playoffs. So last week definitely won some good money in the bets. I know I talked about my bets. I wasn't able to make any bets this week because I would have had to have gone to the casino that morning after on Tuesday. But I did not have time because I had to make the flight to get out here, so that was not a possibility. So I don't have any money on games this week. I really wish I had like got to the casino and did that, but I didn't because I won some good money too. I think I got like 120 something bucks. I bet like 80, but I mean, with a couple parlays in there, didn't quite get it done. Watching this Lions Bears game, not bad, not bad. Yeah, earlier I can't believe the Lions they onside kicked that. They didn't get anything out of it, which is a damn shame. But I mean, very impressive. And you got Trubisky driving right now. It is 1st and 10 on the 42. Trubisky takes it to who's 83? Wins is that a W? He's pushing the guy. The way nice pickup. Good luck Trubisky. It's not gonna happen all game. So Witherspoon, is that what it is? Either way, so let's break down these games. I've already kind of talked a little bit about the Lions and Bears. The Bears at the Lions, classic Thanksgiving. The Lions always play. The city of Detroit, they really need it. They need the win. I'm going for the Lions. I know they have a new quarterback coming in, but I just think their offense is predicated off the big play, and they continue to get them with Galladay and who's the other guy? Marvin Jones. And the Bears they've turned into the biggest disappointment of the 2019 season. The Bears, they have this lofty defense, one of the best in the league, and then they come out in 2019 and say, meh, I don't care. Fuck football. So, yeah, the Bear, this is one of my other rules now. Like, throughout the season, you come up with rules to yourself, Maybe I should have kept a list of commandments. Maybe in a future season, maybe next season, I will try to do that. Make that part of the pick show. Go over my commandments each and every week. Do I want to amend one? Do I want to put one in? Make it a whole thing, a ceremony of adding a commandment to. God, Trubisky, you suck. Just running around like a fucking fool. I think that'd be kind of funny. The commandments of the picks. I don't know. Well, I'll come up with a good name. I'll work on that. We'll get that going next season for sure. It's too late to kind of start now. I'll try to come up with my base rules, but then there's always commandments and stuff that you can add, new amendments. So we'll definitely get going on that. And the Bears are one of those commandments this year. That would have been an add-on. Like, do not bet on the Bears. After the first couple weeks, that's when I would have added it. You could always take them off, but do not bet on the Bears. So I'm going with the Lions. And I know, like I said, this game's already started, but hey, I ain't picking the Bears this week. That is a commandment. So going with the Lions. Detroit needs it. Happy turkey. So next game we got on here is the Bills at the Cowboys. I don't know. I don't have the times listed here at what time this game actually starts. But right, the Cowboys always playing on Thanksgiving. I don't know when the last time the Bills did, but the Bills, they are, I think, 8-3 at the moment. So it's going to be tough because the Cowboys, I think the whole narrative this year is that they don't beat good teams. They don't beat teams with positive records. Now, sometimes you look at the records, like especially in the Bears-Lions game, right? Like the Bears are 5-6 and the Lions are 3-7 and 1. Sometimes the record is indicative. Most of the time, a team's record is indicative of how good they are, but sometimes it's not. I think the Lions are one of the situations. I think they're better than their record suggests, and the Bills, I think, are also part of that whole narrative. But I think they're worse than their record suggests. Because what are they, 8-3? They are not that kind of talented. They just have like a very similar, if not even easier schedule than the Patriots. And so they have the benefit of playing worse opponents. As much as it's the NFL, everyone's good, the margin of victory is so small. There still are better teams than other teams, And so You reach a certain threshold, and then if you play the bottom of the barrel each and every Sunday, you're gonna have a good freaking chance of winning and having a good record. So 8-3 to me is not indicative of what this Bills team is. And the Cowboys, I think they're a good team. It's just sometimes they don't show up to play. Like when they played the Patriots, it's like, well, what the hell happened? What are you guys doing here? I think some of that is just because it's the mystique of when you go up and play the Patriots, right? It's it's the Patriots. Oh no, we're gonna have to be quicker than that. So, man, I'm going with the Cowboys. I don't feel good about it, but if I pick the Bills, I'm gonna have to be rooting for the Bills, and I don't trust the Bills either. I know they got that record, and they got a great defense, but I've seen them play. They're not that good to me. To me, they don't seem very good. I don't know. Maybe it's their color scheme. I don't know. It's the feng shui of the team, right? But I'm not picking the Bills. So they're gonna be on the big stage. I don't think the Bills have had a big game yet. I don't think they've had a primetime game yet this year. So this is kind of be their primetime game. I know it's Thanksgiving and in the morning, but this might be one of those times. I think the Cowboys, they always come out ready for Thanksgiving. America's used to seeing the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I think they come out and win. Next, we got the Saints at the Falcons. I see, once again, went against my own rules, my own thoughts. I don't bet on the Falcons. They're a dumpster fire. And I went ahead and friggin' did it last week. Like an idiot. They came out, destroying teams, starting with the Saints. They had that little 2-game tear, and it started with the Saints. Will it? It's already kind of ended, but will they go back and demolish the Saints again? I don't think so. I got the Saints going into Atlanta and dropping a big old deuce on them on Thanksgiving. And you ate enough turkey, you ate too much stuff, and those mashed potatoes were so good. Now I'm full of shit, and I'm going to dump it right down the Falcons' throats. I think that's what the Saints do. I think Sean Payton, I think he's kind of a petty coach. He's kind of a little upset, a little, hey, fuck are you? I think he's kind of one of these guys, and I think he's really pissed at how his team performed after the bye week and the Falcons coming in and just putting a spanking on him. So I think he's going to get his team right, and he's going to dominate this game. I think it's going to be like a 50-5 type game. I think he's really just, they're going to be up 20 points. He's like, no, let's turn the knife. It's already stuck in him. Let's turn that bad boy. Let's really end these fools. That's the way I see this game going. I could be completely wrong and the Falcons come out destroyed, but, I am picking the Saints, never picking the Falcons again. I don't care who they're playing, unless they're playing the Bears. It's like, what the fuck do I do? Huh? What the fuck do I do? But I'll come at that. I'll get to that at a later date, if it even ever comes up. So the next game on the docket, now we're starting the Sunday slate of games, starting off in the morning. A lot of morning games, but I think everybody's TV is going to be on the 49ers-Ravens. But the start of this is the rematch, the Myles Garrett versus Mason Rudolph. Both of these players won't be playing. One because he's suspended for, yeeting that helmet, yeet. And then another guy, Mason Rudolph, he's just terrible. He's not a great quarterback. So we got the Browns going to the Steelers this time. We got Duck Rodgers, the savior in Pittsburgh. He's born on steel. He hunts ducks. He's coming for that color that is the Browns. The Browns, they have been looking better, right? But I don't trust them. And I think the Steelers, they do have that good defense. They just need a quarterback competent enough to get him maybe a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns. And I think Duck is way better than Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph is a drop back and fade away Kobe and possibly get hit in the head, get a concussion. That's his technique. Let me just throw it up, see what happens. And the guys and the Steelers wide receivers aren't able to come down with it because it's shit throw. He got like no velocity on his ball, Mason Rudolph. I'm super glad that Mike Tomlin has decided to, Mason Rudolph, you're done. I know you were a 3rd-round pick, but this undrafted guy is beating you. So, it's America. It's an meritocracy. A meritocracy, not an Americantocracy. Which sounds like a good name, a good band name, or like something else. I don't know. It sounds like a food. Either way. I think the Steelers, they're the ones that come out pissed off about this. The Browns, they're a team that gets distracted. They're, ooh, shiny penny. There's a squirrel outside. I'm looking out the window. Ooh, what is that? Ooh. This team, anything in the media, they just talk up a storm to the media, and it's like, just stay in your locker room. Don't let anything out. Browns, you got to stop feeding into all this hype and all this stuff. They just keep doing shit like that. They make the moments bigger than they need to be. So this is why they've been bad for so long, maybe. I don't know. But now it's like they got these big, flashy players, and it's just like, come on, guys. Just get your shit together. Put your head down. Go to work. Bring in your lunch bag, pail. I don't know. That whole type of narrative, Just work hard. Do your job, right? Isn't that what like the Patriots saying, right? Do your job. Yeah, just do your job, bro. Don't go above and beyond. Don't say some shit in the media. Don't be like that. I think the Steelers definitely still pissed about that, the way all that shit ended up, and they're at home, so you got to give them that sort of thing. But they're definitely, I think, better off with Duck as their quarterback than Mason Rudolph. 100%, 1,000%. Just give me 1,000,000%. Is that possible? So next on the list, we got Packers at the Giants. Now they're going to be in New York. Packers just came off getting dominated by those 49ers, by the Gold Rush people themselves. But the Packers, once again, on the road in New York. Like I said, Danny Dimes, is he going to be dropping dimes against this Packers defense? How do the Packers respond to this? And I think they respond with a W. They are in the big W, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, is it? Yeah, it's Wisconsin, not Wisconsin. So I think they come out. I know New York, they have some good cheeses, but you're talking about the Packers. The cheese heads, they know cheese better than anybody. They make it there and ship it into New York. And then New York gets all snobby about it, even though they're playing in New Jersey. So get on the turnpike. I don't know what else New Jersey's known for. Wife beaters, wife beater per capita. I'm not talking about actually beating your wife. I'm talking about the shirt. Maybe they do. Maybe they do have the most wife beaters per capita. I wouldn't put it past them. Ray Rice's per capita. So I see the Packers. Yeah, I see them making this comeback. Being embarrassed. They are going to be an NFC powerhouse in the playoffs. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. They could be the ones to make it to the Super Bowl. You just don't know. I think the NFC has a lot of good candidates. It's going to be a slugfest. Whereas in the AFC, I think it's like 3 top teams and then everybody else. Then, hey, welcome to the playoffs. Welcome to the playoffs. How you doing? How you doing? The door's that way. Get out. So, yeah, we shall see. Nothing about this Giants team tells me that they're going to win a game ever, unless they're playing a trash team. Yeah, I think they're one of the better of the dumpster fires. But, I don't think they're a dumpster fire because I think they're on their way up. If a team's looking, their outlook looks better, like, going into next year, that it'll be better, then they're not a dumpster fire to me. To me, for a team to be a dumpster fire, it's got to be crashing, It's got to be heading towards the ground. I don't think the Giants are. I think they are on an upswing. It's a gradual slope for them. Yeah, I doubt they'll ever reach the peak and the summit. With this iteration of the team, they could. We'll have to assess that after another year. I don't think it's going to be next year unless they have like the world's craziest draft and whoa, what the hell? So we'll see. But I got the Packers in this one. When it comes to this weekend, I got the Packers. So next, we got Eagles at Dolphins. We got an aquatic animal versus our nation's bird. Who's going to win? I got the Eagles. They are in strict competition, and I think the Cowboys win, and the Eagles like, fuck, now we got to win because they are a game behind, I do believe. Or no, I think they might be even. I am not too sure, actually, what their record is. I think they might be even with the Cowboys. They just do not have the tiebreaker, or they're one game behind. That's either one. I don't know. I don't have the records in front of me because I got that game going. I'd rather watch the game than look at the records. Sorry. I mean, this podcast, these episodes, no one's coming here to listen to my opinions on who I think is going to win. These episodes are mainly for me and my ego saying, hey, I'm pretty good at picking football. I'm pretty good at identifying good football, who I think is going to win, at, reviewing the NFL. Because if you're listening to this, it's mostly Ravens content. It's Ravens specific. That's what it is. So you come here to listen about the Ravens games, right? Not all these other teams. Like, who are these teams? Who are these people? I know the NFL's huge. Everyone's got an opinion. And I am 1-10. What did I say? Yeah, so I'm 107 to 68. So 107 right and 68 wrong. So, I mean, that's 10-6. So I'm not doing too bad. I am a playoff team when it comes to game picks. Definitely I've had some bad weeks, but that's kind of the thing. That's why it's season long. It's like a baseball season, the amount of games I can pick. And now there are no more bye weeks, so we have a chance to catch up a little bit, get some extra games in there, get some wins. And I'm looking to start with this week. And this Eagles-Dolphins game, I got the Eagles, and that's going to add to my wins. I could see the Dolphins coming out and defeating the Eagles, and all Eagles fans just being, well, that's it for this season. I could see that happening. But I think the Eagles, they got their back against the wall, and that's usually when they do their best work. This time of the year, this is when the Eagles start making their almost a little bit too late run. 1 second. Yeah? Okay, where was I? Yeah, the joys of being at the family's home. Not in studio, a.k.a. my studio apartment. Steven's doing his podcast, huh? Oh, yeah. No one in my family sounds like that, but that's like the old, just checking in on you. We heard you talking in here. Talking to yourself. Oh, no, you're doing the podcast, huh? Oh, yeah. Very cool, very cool. You don't know. You don't know. Yeah, no one in my family sounds like that, but that old classic thing. Where was I? Was I on the Eagles Dolphins? Yeah, Eagles win. The Dolphins, I mean, I don't think they're a dumpster fire. I like what Dan Flores, I mean, you get, when you are clear and obviously tanking, like clear and obvious, the players aren't trying to tank, but I mean, the front offices tank, players don't. So, being able to get a couple wins, that tells me a lot about the coaching. Hey, you work harder, you're going to be a part of this. It tells me a lot about the players, that they're like, nah, fuck y'all, we want to win. The front office, like, fuck, why are you winning? I mean, because they want the best pick they can get, but their team's winning. I think they only have 2 wins, but, it is what it is. Yeah, so they're on the upswing, I believe. Yeah, definitely on the upswing. They're definitely not crashing and burning. I mean, the way things are, at the beginning of the season, of course, that's the way it looks. But you had to know this was going to be a rebuilding year no matter what. It wasn't going to be pretty. It wasn't going to be fun. But, live to fight for another season. Unlike if you're the Bengals, where it's like, well, what the hell? We just got the new coach and no one seems to want to play. They're a dumpster fire. I don't see it getting any better. At 0-11 or 0-12, what are they? That's, what else can you say? But we'll get to that game in a minute. Because next, we got Bucks at the Jags. Once again, we're still in the 1 o'clock slate. A lot of trash games this week, but a lot of good ones. A lot of heavy hitters, like I said before. But Bucks at the Jags. The Jags, they came out Minshew Mania, and it's just cooled the fuck off. Since he's not playing, Nick Foles coming in, the team hasn't gotten much better. I don't know what to think. They were hot and cold, now they're just cold. I mean, who's their running back? Leonard Fournette. He's still putting up good numbers, but it's just not enough. He can't do it on his own. And the Bucks coming in, Jameis Winston, free crab legs and all. He's probably going to throw some more interceptions. So the Bucks are always in shootouts. They just love not playing defense and giving the ball away through some interceptions, some long-ass punt-type interceptions. Jameis Winston, though, he just throws it up. So you get some crazy, exciting games. So usually I have a tough time picking these Bucks games, right? I've talked about that before. I haven't in the past couple weeks tracked how I have done picking each team. Uh, I think I've only gotten the Bucks right once, throughout this entire season picking their games. But I got the Bucks in this one. I just think the Jags, they just can't seem to pull it together. I like DJ Chark. I don't like Nick Foles. Um, and I'm just betting on Jameis Winston. Fuck, do I really want to bet on Jameis Winston? Fuck, I might have to change this. But I got to do it right now. Should I change this game? Bucks over Jags, that's what I got right now. The Jaguars are at home, but not in London. So are they at home? They got that pool. Is the pool still open? That's the biggest thing here. Is the pool still open? This is a battle of the Florida teams. Jacksonville versus Tampa Bay. I feel like both cities don't get enough credit for how trash they are. No offense. Or offense, I really don't care. It's Florida. The news cycle, it's like the newspaper and the news. People in the news just tell the whole story. Florida man throws 10 TDs and steals crab legs. It's what is it about Florida? Is it because of the dick of America? They're literally just hanging out. Like, can we cover that up? Can we cover Florida up? No one wants to see that shit. No one wants to see that shit. So we need to cover Florida up. We don't want everybody else looking at our Florida. Okay? These other countries, don't look at my Florida, okay? It's very big, but it's gross. It needs to be shaved. Maybe possibly neutered. Either way. I'll just stick with the Bucks, man. After that whole analogy, cover up your Florida. I'll just stick with the Bucks. Just because Tampa Bay is a better city than Jacksonville. We'll just go with that. So next game we got listed here. This is actually, I think, going to be a very good game. Titans at the Colts. And I was having trouble picking this one because I do like the Colts. I like their team as a whole. But they are, Jacoby Brissett, he's getting healthier and healthier and healthier. He kind of looks like Tyus Bowser, which is kind of funny. But they're getting back healthy. But the Titans are rolling right now. They are rolling. I really do like their head coach, Vrabel. I think he's a good coach. I liked him as a player. But this is in Indianapolis. Both teams are 6-5. Derrick Henry straight annihilating dudes. Like, get off me. Hold my dick type runs. This guy with his one giant dread. I'm going with the Titans. And I've talked about the Titans being the chihuahua of this league. Like, are you going to be chill? You're going to lay in my lap? Or are you going to bite me in the fucking face because you're a little cunt? I don't know. Like, I don't know what this team is sometimes. But once he was benched, this team is a little bit more consistent. You can more count on exactly what you think's going to happen. You think, oh, the Titans, this is what they are. Which is, recent. How long have they been 9-7, 8-8, 7-9? That is their wheelhouse. They like to just stay right in the middle. Like, I ain't going out. I ain't going in. Just gonna stay right here. Just gonna stay in my spot, stay in my bubble, because we're going 9-7. That's what they've been. Now, will they continue that role? Because the trend is, if they're going to stay even, they're going to go 6-6. They're going to lose to these Colts, but they're in the race to win this division. I think the Texans currently have it, but they're right there and they're facing the Colts. So the Colts in 2 weeks, they might go from being the division leaders to now third place and possibly going to lose. But I got the Titans in this one. I think Derrick Henry runs all over the Colts defense. I do like the Colts defense. They swarm a lot. I got Darius Leonard in one of my fantasy teams, so I'm looking for him to get a bunch of solo tackles, maybe an interception. But I still think the Titans, they've been rolling, and I think they continue that roll, that dinner roll, because it is Thanksgiving. Buddy, you buns, the Titans are winning this ones. So next we got the Jets at the Bengals, the game that no one cares about. I got the Jets. That's it. Redskins at Panthers. We're just going to gloss over that game because no one wants to hear about this Jets team. New Jersey sucks. The Jets suck. Sam Darnold. Apparently, that girl came forward that gave him mono. I think it was fake, but who knows? There's like other stuff. He's like crushing chicks and stuff. So he's become like a darling on the internet just because he's having sex with all sorts of chicks. But that's why people become quarterback, right? Isn't that why you do it? The money, the fame, playing a game for millions of dollars, all that money, and the chicks. I imagine that's why people become a quarterback. Has there ever been a gay NFL quarterback besides Tom Brady? I don't know. And the Bengals are just trash. The Bengals are the dumpster fire of all dumpster fires. They're going up in smoke. It's terrible. It's like the Skid Row of dumpster fires, because not only are you a dumpster fire, but you're like in the middle of a bunch of homeless people pissing on you. Like that's what the Bengals are to me. Get out of here, Bengals. And their name, it's so dumb. Bengals aren't a type of tiger. It's a region. Get your life. Change your name. Change your team. Move towns. Go. Oakland needs a new team. The Bengals, they should have been the ones to go to LA. No one wants the Chargers there. They should have stayed in San Diego. Send the Raiders to LA and then send the Bengals to Oakland. Send the Bengals to St. Louis. Once the Rams left there, St. Louis needs a team. Send the Bengals. Cincinnati, they don't deserve you. Or the Bengals don't deserve Cincinnati. Either way, something's got to change there. They have been too mediocre for too long. I know, you make the coaching change from Marvin Lewis, but still, it's, you want to give it more than just 1 year, right? Of course. But it's going to take like another 5 years possibly. And you know how teams are when it comes to getting a new coach and how quick they need a change. Shit, my bad. I accidentally pressed pause. But yeah, they need results right away. People are so impatient, not just in football, but especially in football. It's great advice here. Oh, such a philosopher. No, the Bengals are just trash. It's going to take them way too long. I think they just need to move cities. I don't think Cincinnati as a city deserves an NFL team. And I think the Bengals, it's just run their course. I know they used to be good back in the day, right? But I think it's moving time. Teams are moving. I think that's one of them that needs to move. Yeah, Jets. Next game, still in the 1 o'clock. There's a lot of 1 o'clock games. Even, I guess like I said before, there are no more bye weeks, so lots of games this week. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can count 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games. Well, that makes sense because there's 32 teams. Duh. I should have just figured that one out. I didn't need to count them up, but now you know that I can count to 16. Yeah, boy's a genius. So, Redskins at Panthers. The Redskins, what the hell? Last week, they were one of my dumpster fires. They come out and win last week. What are you doing that for? Redskins, you racist ass team. What? Why are you going to win? Dan Snyder, the worst owner in the entire NFL. Get your life. Leave this team. Make football great again. Because they're in DC. By selling your shares of that team. Please, make that... the Redskins are in DC. So make this a team by the people. For the people. Can we get a vote on that? Make this team a democracy, because this dictatorship with Dan Snyder, it is not fucking working. And it's never going to work. No matter what players, what coaches, even if you change the name to something like Yellow Skins because you want to piss off Asians. Just calling them, change the name, change the owner, make this America's team because they're in DC, right? It is just such a disappointment. And I know as Ravens fans, you live near a Redskins fan, some of your neighbors. And it was fun back in the day, the Redskins suck. But now it's just sad. Now when you see your neighbor at the barbecue, you say, it's okay. Come on over. I'll get some extra booze for you because I'm sorry. Your team has been trash for too long. The 90s, that was like over 20 years ago. 20 years. That's when they had their run. So it's been too long. A change needs to happen in there. Just like politics, because they're DC, there's just so many parallels between the fakeness of DC and the Washington Redskins. And just that name, it gets to me. I think it's hilarious because it's still their name, but it's like, what? They're just okay calling themselves the Redskins? I don't know. Maybe they should change their name to the Retarded Cunts because that's a little bit less insensitive. That's a little bit extreme. But I got the Panthers in this one. Nothing really needs to be said. The Panthers, they are kind of struggling a little bit, after last week. Kyle Allen, maybe not the answer, but I guess Cam Newton's on the move no matter what. I don't know where this narrative came from. Maybe I missed a story that Cam Newton's tired of being in Carolina. Cam Newton maybe is a little bit washed up. His play maybe isn't as good as it used to be. But, just moving on from him, Kyle Allen ain't the fucking answer, guys. Cam may not either, but I know Kyle Allen ain't. But Christian McCaffrey, he is the answer. He is your Lord and Savior, the whitest running back in the whole league. I don't know, Rex Burkhead might be whiter. I don't know, but Christian McCaffrey, the best white running back to ever do it. So you got the Panthers. And more on the Redskins, Dwayne Haskins, he's not the answer. The guy couldn't even finish the fucking game. I know you all saw that. You saw the selfie. He's taking selfies with fans before he even finished the game. His first win, and he couldn't even finish it because the guy doesn't know what to do with the smallest bit of success. This team, the Redskins, such a dumpster fire. I could do an hour on how trash this team is. Everyone should be fired. So on to the next game, the one that matters. I'm going to break it down a little bit, but more of an overview because I'm going to have to record a podcast probably tomorrow, breaking down the 49ers at Ravens. This is the game. I'm going to be at this game. It's going to be exciting. I don't know what the weather's looking like. I'm hoping it's clear and great. Should have been a night game like I already said, but it's okay. It's going to be a 1 o'clock game. I'll drink some beers. I'll be there. Probably going to tailgate. I don't know. I don't know the plan. I'm not driving, so this is the game, right? Like I said before, the heavyweights of the NFL ranked 1 and 2 in power rankings. Some people have the 49ers ranked higher. Some people have the Ravens ranked higher. I have definitely taken the Ravens, that because I'm craving some Raven. I need a hit, just one more hit. Come on, baby. I need some Ravens football. I got a fever. And the only prescription is more Ravens. The 49ers, they are very good. There's no question about it. I think the defense is what makes that team tick. Jimmy Garoppolo, he has his good games, but I've seen him have some bad games. There's nothing wrong with that, right? That's happens in the NFL. Their run game is legit. They run that zone stretch type running, and they got 3 running backs excellent at that type of one-cut running, that stretch running type of scheme, where they're not bruisers. No, they're speed guys. All of their running backs could probably run a 4.3, 4.4. That's fucking fast. Hell, bro. Like 10 yards a second. Jesus. These guys are tough. The biggest thing about this game, I don't want to go too in depth because I'm going to go more in depth tomorrow, I do believe, if time permitting. I will do a podcast about this, but it's going to be their defensive line versus our offensive line. Our run game. The 49ers have proven that they're not the best at defending against the running quarterback. I don't think they are. They're not great at it. They haven't had success all year. And so the Ravens come in as the best team with a running quarterback. A transcendent talent in Lamar Jackson, the MVP in Lamar Jackson. And all of these teams that we've played recently, we've been on this run. We're beating all these great teams, the Texans, the the Patriots, even the Rams, our run defense is great. We have the best run defense in the world. It's like, okay, That's great, but the Ravens are on a historic pace when it comes to running the football. And a historic pace. On pace to break a record that's been standing for 40 years. I mean, so you can be great at defending the run. You can be great at defense. But when you're running into somebody who's doing something that's never been done, not since the 70s, go fuck yourself. Yeah, you got no freaking chance. And the 49ers, I saw someone talking about their style of defense. They like to have their guys wide. That's going to open up things in the run game. And I think Lamar Jackson is the biggest problem in the NFL that no one's been able to solve. And if someone's going to be able to do it, it's going to take till next season. They're going to need a lot of time because, mid-season, you don't have enough time to practice this. And, one of the biggest advantages that the Ravens have is that no one has the ability to actually practice what they're doing. And so, especially this week, right? Well, you got Thanksgiving in the way. You got to deal with the family. They don't get to practice as much. They are a West Coast team coming all the way to the East Coast for the morning game. And they're going to have to deal with all of that. And then, oh shit, Lamar Jackson is the MVP. You got an issue, you got a problem. The 49ers, they've been blowing people out. The Ravens been blowing people out. Two of the best teams, a Super Bowl rematch, and possibly Super Bowl preview. So rematch and preview, there's a lot of storylines going through here, but I got the Ravens in this one, like I said, but I will definitely break this down a little bit more. I can talk Ravens all day. So I'll probably do like 40 minutes or something tomorrow. Well, we shall see. What are we at now? Oh, we're already at 41 picking these teams. All right, so let's see. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 more games left. Okay, now we start. This is when the games are pretty much good from here on out. Except for maybe one. But it's still, division. So next game on the list, we're starting with the 4 o'clock Eastern time games. Right now I'm in California, so I was listed at it. It was listed at 1 o'clock. It's like, what? So the morning games are actually the afternoon games in California? Say what? Either way. Rams at Cardinals. We just demolished the Rams. Demolished them. And then they got the Cardinals coming in. I think the Cardinals were actually on a bye week, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Were they on a bye? I don't remember even seeing them last weekend. I think they were. Just double checking. You got a discount, double, triple check. Yeah, no, they were on a bye, so they're coming off a bye. Maybe they're going to have time to get healthy. They're going to get their offense rolling. He is they do have a rookie head coach, rookie quarterback. That offense is still trying to learn what they're going to do. They've been giving tons of people fits, but the Rams are coming off that loss. They still have a great defense. You know what? I had picked the Rams because I was, traditional thinking. That was my gut feeling. They're going to come off this loss and be, fuck, are you kidding me? This is bullshit. But then after that devastating loss, their season was on the line in that game. Now it's even more on the line playing a division opponent that's already seen them, I think. I want to say maybe they've got to see them again. But the Cardinals, they're no pushover, right? Another one of these teams where the record is not indicative of how good they are. They do have a tricky offense. I think the record, it's indicative of them just being young. I think they are a very skilled and talented team. It's just they're young and not ready. They just don't know how to win, but if that makes any sense. But they have the skill to do it and give team fits. And the Rams, they're reeling right now. And they're going to Arizona. I had the Rams picked. I think I'm going to change it, man. I think I'm going to take the Cardinals now. I think I'm changing this up. Coming off the bye, I think the Rams are just going to still be upset. But everyone's getting healthier. Fuck it, I'll go with the Cardinals. I'll root for Kyler Murray. He is fun to watch. Jared Goff is not. Fuck Goff. He sucks. It's a boring sport. Even though it's golf, not golf, but it's the same fucking thing. He's like the golf of human beings. I already went off in my other podcasts about how Jared Goff is literally the most California piece of shit quarterback that ever lives. The guy doesn't know which way the sun rises. He doesn't know where it rises. You have no respect. You can be stupid and play in the NFL, and I don't care. But when you got this dumb face and you don't know where the sun comes up, I have no respect for you. East, motherfucker, East. Next game on the list, 4 o'clock game, Chargers at the Broncos. This is the 2015 matchup of the year. Both teams were good then, but now what the fuck is going on? Chargers moving to LA. The Denver Broncos are stoned, I guess. They're, the weed's finally starting to hit them. Because, when they made weed legal, that's when they went to the Super Bowl. They smoked that Super Bowl. But now I think they're tired. The munchies have worn off. I don't know. I think they're just ready for a nap. And they're taking a nap all season. But I think a couple weeks ago, maybe they started waking up. Like, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Maybe they're taking another hit. I don't know. But the Broncos have been playing better. I've said before, I really like Cameron Sutton, or Cortland Sutton. I like the way he's been playing. The Chargers, I just have a tough time picking them. It's fucking hilarious because, things in life that you can guarantee. Death, taxes, and Phillip Rivers choking the game and throwing a game-losing interception. Last week, we got to see it twice, which was fucking amazing. I was watching the game. My buddy texted me. We both happened to be watching the game, and he texted me. He's like, "Oh, here it comes." And I was like, "Oh, shit, yeah, he's definitely about to throw an interception that drive." What do you know? He throws an interception. And then it happens, they get the ball back, and he's like, he's going to do it again, It's just, and he did it again. He threw another interception. Phillip Rivers, going back to that, things you can guarantee in life. Death, taxes, Phillip Rivers throwing a game-losing interception, and having babies. Like the guy, I don't know what it is. The guy loves pumping out babies and interceptions. It's something incredible to watch. Is he a Duggar? I don't know what this guy is. He always says, "Oh, shoot, oh, darn. Go fuck yourself and use a real cuss word. I thought you were a man. You're like a 40-year-old man. Use a goddamn grown-up word." And so I got the Broncos in this one. They are going to be in Denver. I know they just got hit by a bunch of snow, too. And right now, it's fucking freezing up there. So I think, the Chargers, getting used to that LA weather. They're getting soft. That's what LA is. They're flashy and soft. That's what LA as a city is. Fake on the surface. But once you get deep down into the city, it's trash. It's awful. It's built on bullshit. Built on fakery. And they got a major homeless problem. I mean, the Chargers are Skid Row of LA. I don't know. When it comes to sports teams in LA, the Chargers are Skid Row. They're going to need a snowplow to kind of move them. I don't know. I got the Broncos in this one. Next game, Raiders at Chiefs. I was hoping this was going to be a better game. I was hoping the Raiders were going to do what they should have done and dominated the Jets last week. But now when the Raiders lose this one in a close matchup, in a close game, it's not going to be as fun. It's going to be more, we saw that coming, right? Because that's the way it should be. But the Raiders, they were right there. They almost had it. They had the playoffs in their sights. They can still do it, right? It's not game over, man. But, visually for me, when I see that type of shit happen, when I see a team get dominated by a dumpster fire of a team, that's when I lost all hope. And it's going to be until the Raiders actually make it to Vegas, when they start getting everything going, when they have a home field advantage, when they got teams coming in, hitting the casino, having too much fun the night before, being hungover. And I know the teams, they get a lid on it, but I mean, come on. You can't control. These are all grown-ass men. If they want to go out on the strip, they're going to fucking do it. They're famous. They got money. I imagine some of them are going to go out onto the strip, but we're going to have to wait till next year till we see that type of Raiders team. They got a ton of picks in the draft. I like where this Raiders team is going. The Khalil Mack trade ended up being a blessing. Who would have thunk, get rid of your franchise player, but in turn doing that, you create a whole new franchise. I guess that's what they call them, franchise players. And you get rid of a franchise player, you have a new franchise, right? It only makes sense. But, I got the Chiefs in this one. I think the Chiefs are going to go on a little bit of a run here. They're going to start whooping people left and right. And I think They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be a tough out, no matter who plays them. I hope the Ravens do not have to play them. I hope the Chiefs play the Patriots one more time, and the Patriots win, and then we have to play the Patriots in the AFC Championship. And I think we can take the Patriots because I think the way to beat the Ravens right now, it's in a shootout. And the Chiefs have the offense. They have the team to win a shootout. So they make me the most nervous. But yeah, like I said, this is Chiefs versus Raiders, and I got the Chiefs in that one. So now moving on to the Sunday night game, which should be the Ravens 49ers, but, whatever. We got the Patriots at the Texans. Let's see. Dang. Already have 50 minutes. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Patriots at the Texans. Let's see. I got the Patriots in this one. I mean, I'm hoping for the Texans. This is the battle of the same uniform. They have the same exact color scheme. Their uniforms are practically the same, except one of them is even though it's not a Texan, I don't even know what kind of animal that is. It's some kind of horned beast, a horned beast. And then the Patriots are just a guy. I don't know. A patriot. Patriots kill Redskins. That's what that's what the NFL is. Yeah, man, I just had the Patriots win. I'm gonna be rooting for the Texans. Gonna be rooting hard for the Texans. But they beat the Colts. Man, this is gonna be the best team that the Patriots have played since the Ravens. But I'm gonna pick Bill Belichick over Bill O'Brien. I know Bill O'Brien coached under Bill Belichick, so this is kind of like a classic mentor versus mentee type situation when the student becomes the master. But not this time. Not this time. I got the Patriots. Next, on the Monday night game, Vikings at the Seahawks. This is NFC playoffs. Big implications, major fantasy implications. I got the Texans winning this one. I do love Dalvin Cook running the ball for the Vikings. And I think the Seahawks are a little bit overhyped, overrated. But, this pick basically comes down to Kirk Cousins, the man who is all pulp orange juice, the man who walks up to a group of people laughing, starts laughing, and everyone stops like, what? You weren't part of this conversation. That's Kirk Cousins. He is the man at the barbecue that no one wants to hang out with. He's walking around the house looking at all the photos, and you're like, who invited him? Everyone's looking. Did someone invite Kirk? His name is Kirk. That's all that needs to be said. Get a new name. The guy probably wears sleeveless button-downs. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, like I said, all pulp. He's all pulp. The man is not smooth. So I got the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, the man. He's dating Sierra. I guess he's not a virgin anymore, so that's cool. He waited till marriage, Power to you, Russell Wilson. So now he's getting laid, and now he's a possible MVP. A very direct correlation, I'm not saying, but I'm saying that's why. That's why he's playing out of his mind. It's because he's finally coming into fruition, as you would say. Even though her name is Sierra, not Fruition. Maybe he's cheating on her with a stripper named Fruition. I don't know. But he's coming to fruition. Because he's coming. He's coming around the mountain when he comes. So, I got the Seahawks. Russell Wilson versus Kirk Cousins. That's what this battle, I think, comes down to. Both have great running games. Both have decent defenses. But, got to pick with Russell. So, yeah, that's going to do it. So just to recap, I got the Lions, Cowboys, Saints, Steelers, Packers, Eagles, Bucks, Titans, Jets, Panthers, Ravens, Cardinals, Broncos, Chiefs, Patriots, and Seahawks. I got all these teams winning. Full slate of games. Finally, all 16 playing, all 32. Going to be playing each and every week until the playoffs start. It is week 13 coming up. Holy guacamole, this went way too fast. Lucky number 13. Said no one ever. Friday the 13th, even though it's Thursday, I don't even know what day it is. Yeah, what is it? It's Thanksgiving, so happy holidays. I'm gonna be coming out with more episodes, but wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Give thanks to what you're thankful for. I am thankful for Ravens football. Nothing else. Everyone else can go fuck themselves. That's not true. But everything that people say they're thankful for, it's like, yeah, no shit, you're thankful for family. That should be a given. You don't gotta say it. But I'm thankful for the Ravens being so dominant this time of year. That's what I'm truly thankful for, because that's not expected. That's not something that's no shit. That's not a no shit thing. I'm just thankful because they could have been terrible this year. You don't know, but they've been doing great, and I'm thankful for that because it's out of my control. So thank you for listening. I will see you in a bit, probably I guess tomorrow. Oh wow, shit. 55 minutes, almost a whole goddamn hour. Going straight through. Paused it only like once. Actually, twice. Either way. So I will leave you with a go Ravens.